This is Dalton World Champion.
The boys and girls, children of all ages, the Pots and Pans brings you its championship. Early to the pot. I don't know what's going on. I couldn't see half of that. You couldn't see half of that.
What?
Are you there?
Yeah, you're pixelating. What's going on?
Can you hear me though?
I can hear you now, but you started pixelating. It was going in and out.
All right. Well, let's hope we're gonna be good to go. Tino, I'm gonna go ahead and ask you the question that we always ask, which is, "What's up with you?"
What's up with you? Oh, so last weekend was cool because we had the snow and everything. Well, and then so a couple of things happened last weekend with that snow. I was originally supposed to go to Hickory last weekend and play the show, but the weather didn't allow that. So it's postponed till this week. And then last Thursday, Nicole came home and found the cat dead.
You killed the cat?
No, I didn't. I wasn't here when she found it. She called me, freaking out. So I came home, had to get the cat and put it like in the garage until Friday because that was at night. I wouldn't been able to see the bear, and we took him over to my father-in-law's Friday, and we buried him. It was cold. We buried the kitty cat. So,
interestingly enough, like I've got what do they call them? Like not cats that you like live with, but outdoor cats.
Right.
And over the past week or so, because of how cold it's been, I've had lots of outdoor cat noises.
Like out in those, so they're trying to get in your house?
I think so. And I think that it was more than anything else, it was hey, we're gonna die out here.
Right.
Kind of stuff. But like I mean, I'm one house. I can't help that. And you know how deathly allergic to cats I am. So like I'm sitting there, I hear meow, 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 meow. And it's like somebody's gonna have to let them cats in. Like somebody's gonna have to.
Right.
Not gonna be me, because I'll die. But somebody's gonna have to do it. So
other than that, getting used to the job, facilitating classes. Excuse me, 3 times.
That's what you've been doing.
Yeah. Huh?
That's what you've been doing.
Yes. So what
I've been doing this past week?
I know. I told you so. And I think that's the text I sent you. I told you. So why don't you let them in on what I told you?
So, folks, it finally happened. 2+ years of this COVID bullshit. And it finally hit me. It finally caught. And
no. So you went out last Saturday, did a whole story.
Well, hold on.
Yeah.
I didn't go out last Saturday.
When did you go out with Katie?
Well, that was a week. That was before that.
Okay, so yeah, that's right. You had okay. Yeah, go ahead.
So, those that don't know, not last week, but the week prior, I hung out with a couple people. And one of them ended up on Sunday with COVID. And then I, on Monday, ended up with COVID.
No. Let's go back. You started feeling bad. I'm like, do you need to take a test? Oh, I have COVID. I had the shot. Huh?
What?
Hold. You're going in and out again. You're going in and out again.
Am I here with?
What the hell was that?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but it's like, hang on. Now I see you just sitting there, and I hear you breathing.
Well, I'm just sitting here because I'm like, what is he doing?
All right, hold on. Keep going. Maybe I have to go to another part of the house. Just keep talking. Tell him how you got.
Am I okay?
You're still cutting in and out. Just keep talking. I'm gonna try something.
Well, you wonder if it's you. I'm wondering if it's me.
I think it might be you this time.
All right. Well, hold on. How about
Say again.
considering darkness?
Well, because I was getting ready to switch room, I cut off my ring light. You said you were going to try something. What'd you do?
I didn't say I was going to try something. You said you were going to try something.
Oh, I thought you said, well,
I plugged it back in.
Oh, is that what you tried? Is that what you tried? You there? Yeah, I'm gonna try to switch rooms. Just keep talking. That's some bullshit.
You asked me to keep talking because my stuff isn't working correctly.
I don't know what the hell's going on. Keep going.
What do you mean keep going? I don't know what's going on.
No, I'm saying don't have dead air. You can keep talking while I'm switching. Just finish your COVID story.
I haven't even started my COVID talk. You're killing me here.
How am I killing you? You used to look. You're used to not giving me the word. I'm giving you free reign to talk and tell your story, and now you get shy.
No, I'm shy.
I'm listening.
Are you there?
Yes, I'm here. I'm trying to plug the power cord in. All right, go.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. It's not pixelating anymore. I don't know what it's going.
So where were we? What were you trying to get me to talk about?
So yeah, I was going back to my text. So it was funny because you're like, there's that. Oh, here we go. So last Wednesday. No, actually, you started talking about you had a mild fever on Tuesday. You said, so I had a mild fever today, but no other symptoms. I can't seem to get an appointment for COVID testing, so I'm going to say you might not want to come over for the show. I'm like, I hadn't planned on it.
Right.
So I'm like, and I think we talked on the phone too. You said your fever broke. You said, so So Wednesday you said you tested positive for COVID and you had a 100.4 fever, and my words were, "Told you."
101.4
101.4.
fever.
And then you said feels mostly like the flu. Yeah, this is because we've been talking on the phone. This one the test. I was like, yeah, Mister, I'm vaccinated. And because we had that conversation, like you thought because you
Well,
were
you
vaccinated.
kept thinking that I was also boosted, and I wasn't
I thought
boosted.
you were. I
I'm
thought
just
you were
vaccinated.
boosted. But you were under the false impression that just because you had the damn vaccine that you couldn't get COVID.
No, I was not under the impression that I couldn't get it.
Your words were, "I can't have COVID because I'm vaccinated." Is what you
That
told
was not my words.
Oh Jesus! What'd you say?
I don't remember what I said. I'm just saying that I didn't ever say that I couldn't get it because I was vaccinated. I never said that. What I want to sit there and put out there to the world is that I did come down with it last week, right? I went to one of the centers where it was like, we will test you for free. So they tested me for free.
Right.
At the same time, I did find a CVS that was willing to sit there and do the like instant testing.
Right.
And I'll tell you, I have never seen a CVS parking lot that was so busy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like Tino, I can tell you right now, like I almost hit like 4 cars trying to get out of the place because of how many cars were trying to get to it.
Well, I think that's because everybody's now is like, oh my God, they're starting to freak out again with it. I'm like, there's no need to freak out now.
No, there is. There is reason to freak out. And here's why.
Well,
here's what it is. Like you said, the whole idea of somebody sitting there going, well, you got it, right? So I got it. And I mean, literally for like the last 8 days, I've been in quarantine. I've been nowhere. I literally haven't left the house. And the only times in the car that I did, I made sure that I wasn't anywhere that I would allow somebody to be 15 minutes within my presence. You know what I mean? So like, so any time that you were told, hey, here's how bad it is, and you're not allowed to be around this, or this. Like they keep telling you, don't be 15 minutes, don't be within 6 feet, don't be with it, and none of that stuff did I do over the last 10 days or so. But I'll tell you, man, just so everybody knows, Tino had this back when like the Delta variant was something that was going around. You were out for like 2 weeks.
I had the original. I had it back. It hit in 2020. I got it in December 2020. So I got it before the Delta variant came out.
Oh wow. Okay. So, but Tino got like the whole like, don't come anywhere near my house. Don't come anywhere near my family. Don't come anywhere near that. And he literally had like the worst possible variant that you could possibly get from it.
Yeah. What's up, Terrence?
Mr. Helios, by the way, Terrence saying, hey, from Ruckus. Did I leave something out at Ruckus? Is that what he's wondering?
Can you put us up on the screen again?
This one right here. But what I can tell you is that like overall, like hearing about everything that like could happen and whatever, like you had it the worst possible scenario. Tino, you lost taste, you lost smell, you lost this, you lost that. Like me, I got hit with something where I was like, all right, I have 102 fever. It went away in like 3 days. And then after that, I was like, okay, I'm good. But like you had it so much worse than I did. So there is that. So that's kind of where we are with all of it. What I can say is that like I'm really worried about anybody that ends up catching it again or going forward. Because like, I tested myself today and I tested negative, so like it's just, it is what it is. So, when we look at our banners and we say, what's up with you? You were already talking about it. I'm going to go ahead and say that like, I spent the last week sick and finally broke fever on like Saturday and I've been at work since. So so like a lot of people would think, oh, you're going to be out of work and blah blah blah. No, I was back at work on Monday. So I mean I had 3 days off last week, but like it sucked. Like even now I can tell everybody that the how long you're out. I literally laid on this couch that's right here that I'm sitting on right now. I laid on it for 3 straight days. And the first 2 of those days, I could not lift my arms above like here.
Mm.
And because of that, like, even though I work from home, I couldn't do my job, which is crazy to think about. You know what I mean? So, but Tino, I do want to go ahead and I don't know if we have somebody special in the audience or not.
I hadn't seen him.
I haven't seen it either. So should we wait just in case it happens?
Yeah, wait till see if it shows up.
All right, we'll wait. We'll wait and see if it shows up. So let's go ahead and start with last week's NXT 2.0.
2.0.
Anything happen on that show that you were like blown away by? Because last week was a very controversial week.
Gunther.
NXT 2.0.
Gunther.
I'm going to let you go ahead and talk about it.
I didn't understand it because they were like, Walter had a match. Who the hell did he wrestle?
Roderick Strong.
He wrestled Roderick Strong, which was a good match. That was a hell of a good match. That was a great match. He went over, and right when they said, and your winner is, before they could say Walter, he snatches the mic. He says, Gunther, or Gunther, however you say it. And everybody's like,
he said, Gunther.
What the fuck?
and apparently
they want to name him that.
The way it got looked at was that it was supposed to be even a longer name, and the Gunther name was supposed to be like a Nazi Gunther name. Now, what I'll say about it is this, Tino. What I'll say about it is this. And I'm going to catch a lot of heat for what I'm about to say, okay? I'm going to be real. I'm going to catch heat for this. When you look at that dude, he looks like a Gunther. Okay? He looks like a Gunther. He
It's
looks
terrible.
like. And what I mean by that is that when Vince McMahon comes up with a name, typically for a character or whatever, you look at him and you're like, maybe. No, that son of a bitch literally looks like he could be called Gunther. And by the way, when I went to middle school and high school and everything else, I went to a middle school in New York. I went to a high school in North Carolina. In middle school in New York, one of my best friends was named Gunther. So I'm not going to say that this name sounds like a Nazi name. I'm just going to sound like it sounds like a really bad name for a dude that is going to end up destroying you in later history. That's kind of how I feel about it. And I'm okay with the name, and here's why. Because I know everybody out there is sitting there going, Rob, why are you okay with Walter being named Gunther? And here's what it is. Vince McMahon wants to own the character, right?
Right.
Walter was the name of the character before he ever came to NXT UK, which meant it was the name before he ever came to NXT. So now knowing that Walter has moved to the United States, because that's been the storyline going behind the scenes. Knowing that he has moved into the United States, knowing that he wants to be a part of the WWE programming going forward, I can't fathom a world where Vince McMahon at this point, with all this weird, I'm going to create a new character for blah, 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 when he sees him, that he doesn't sit there and go, Gunther, right? Like I can't see a world where he doesn't just sit there and go, this guy is the epitome of like German expertise.
All
Like,
right.
am I wrong?
Yeah, but he might as well
I mean,
name.
calling him Walter in that situation still would have done the same thing. Don't get me wrong. But Vince McMahon would not own Walter.
But he could have come up with something better than he picked a name of a known Nazi.
No. Hold on. The name of the Nazi was the first and last name that was originally supposed to be used. Calling him Gunther, that is just a German name, dude.
Okay.
Like,
But I think
and I will stand by that. By the way, I will not sit there and allow other people to sit there and go, no, that is like the ultimate. No,
but
there are Heinrich.
Yes. Yes. I'm not disagreeing with you, but we all know the original name he wanted, and the only reason he cut it is because he knew he was going to get flat for it. But he still kept part of it. You know what I mean? Knowing that was going to. I don't know. I almost want to think.
Dude, when you look at Walter, and you look at him, and you go, this guy, like, beyond anything else, you know what I see when I think of this guy? You ever seen the movie, oh shit, it's, oh God. It's got the character that does this. It's the Brad Pitt movie where he goes, "You're going to give me you're going to give me 100 Nazi scalps."
I don't know about that one.
But you kind of know what I'm talking about, right?
I don't know. I can't think of the name of it.
So in this situation, like I got to be real with you. When you look at Walter, what do you see?
A big bastard.
Do you not think this guy could be like a 1940s fucking Nazi?
He'd be a 1940s football player. He's got the shape and the haircut.
But you know what I mean? Like, you look directly at him and you go, that guy should be blah, blah, blah. You know, and of course, we're in a world where we don't want to ever sit there and offend anybody. But yet, in a world of professional wrestling, where you're sitting there going, hey, we are a kid-friendly professional wrestling thing, you're going to sit there and offend at the simplest of levels all the fucking time. Am I wrong?
I can see that too. Yeah.
So I truly believe that when they talk about like Walter, and you look at Walter, and now he's Gunther, right? And they got rid of the bad last name because he's not meant to be the just like U-boat captain. Okay,
Right.
Fine. When you look at him now, he's a character, right?
Yeah.
Before he was a man that had a name. Now he's a character that's owned by the WWE. And I hate it because Walter is the guy that does not need to be a character.
No.
And there are a lot of guys that don't need to be a character. Like straight up, Damian Priest does not need to be a character. And yet somehow over the last 6 months, they have made you sit there and go, hey, remember when he had that really cool match with Bad Bunny at WrestleMania? You're like, yeah! And then they're like, well, now sometimes he's Damian. Sometimes he's the Priest. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Am I right?
Yeah, sometimes I think they're trying to do the split personality.
But you see what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you sit there and you go, okay. So all right. Then we have Kevin Owens. What's Kevin Owens' character?
He's Seth Rollins' best friend.
Well, and here's what I wonder. Okay, let me ask you a very simple question. Is Seth Rollins a babyface or a heel?
It depends on where he is, because it seems to be when he's on Raw, he's a heel. When he goes to SmackDown, he gets cheered.
So let me ask you this. Now, based on last night, when you had Kevin Owens versus Damian Priest, is Kevin Owens a bad guy or a good guy?
He was a heel.
Was he? Now I got you thinking.
Yeah, because
you're actually wondering whether or not Kevin Owens actually is a bad guy or a babyface.
They're pushing Damian as the monster babyface, so
not necessarily. Damian Priest last night did not adhere to the referee's decision.
Yes.
Which is a heel move.
The Rock and Stone Cold used to do it when they were face.
Were they baby faces, though?
That's Stone Cold was his hottest. He would do the same shit. But then we also talk about, though, that's how The Rock and Stone Cold, I think, are only two in current modern time, I think, that would be able to be just white meat baby face and still be able to pull off heelish moves like that and continue to get the baby face heat.
The question, I guess, wondering and going around now is whether or not the WWE knows whether or not their people actually are baby faces or heels, and whether or not you should make the decision of whether or not what's going on is babyface or heel. Because I'll tell you, Kevin Owens getting the cheers from the fans would make you think that he's the babyface.
And here's what's confusing me here lately, too. Remember when they were trying to shove Roman Reigns down our throats and everybody was booing Reigns? Now he's supposed to be heel and he's starting to get cheered.
Well, he's getting cheered because we finally like him. We finally like him. And let's be real. We like him because he's good at what he's doing. Am I wrong?
He took the chains off him, let him do him.
But
they let him.
But we like him because of what he's doing. Am I wrong?
No, because he's not doing the suffering succotash shit anymore.
Yeah, I watched that again just recently, and I was like, what are they thinking? So, sorry, Tino.
I think that's an LA Knight came out. He is face.
LA Knight came out.
Cameron Grimes.
Let's also think that this week, starting tonight, by the way,
That's the Rose Classic, baby.
Well, we're also getting Cameron Grimes versus
is it Trick?
Who?
Because it's not Carmelo tonight. Is he going against Trick? What's Trick?
It's for the whoever wins gets to go after Carmelo.
So who is that? That's him. That's him and the dude that was messing with AJ a little bit ago.
Grayson Waller.
Yeah, in him and Grayson.
I don't think it's Waller, but it might be.
I can't remember who it is. No, who is it? I don't remember.
Either way,
yeah.
Cameron Grimes has himself in a match, and let's be real. We've already seen everything going on with the 1.0 versus 2.0 stuff. Does Cameron Grimes really have a chance here?
Do you really think Cameron Grimes is considered 1.0? A and B, yes, I think they're going to push him. I think
I do think Cameron Grimes is 1.0. And unfortunately, now that I keep hearing things like Roderick Strong might be on his way out of NXT, knowing that Marina Shafir, who is his wife, is already out of NXT. It's one of those things where, like, I really do think that the 1.0 stuff is on the way out. Interestingly enough, though, Tino, you've probably read this. I know that I've read this. WWE is apparently not excited about the fact that 2.0 has not done well in the ratings.
Yeah.
So I'm going to let you go ahead and just give a statement here.
Triple H. I say since Vince took over, that's when he started going downhill. In my opinion, when Vince came in and he let everybody go and he tried to take over and tried to make it in his image and muddied the waters and fucked up what Triple H had done, Vince is the reason 2.0 is going downhill. Yep, I said it. When Triple H was running
you blame Vince.
Da-da-da-da-da. when Triple H was running it, it was good. It was excellent. When him, Shawn, when they were doing their thing, and see, Vince can't stand that because, again, it's something that Vince didn't create. So he get in and he started cutting shit, cutting people, changing shit, and now it ain't working like he wants to, and now he's throwing a temper tantrum. And Vince is a genius. Vince is a genius. I'm not taking any away from Vince McMahon. He should have left it alone.
So who's running it right now?
Apparently Vince. And who's it? Vince and Bruce?
Who's really running it?
It ain't Triple H.
Triple H obviously is out.
Is it Shawn?
Shawn Michaels has been in charge the whole time. Now, granted, have they been making decisions around Shawn Michaels? Yes. Yes, they have.
Oh, I'm saying they're not. Okay, yeah, they are. I thought you meant they're not letting Shawn run it like it needs to be run.
I think Shawn was able to sit there and keep people in position for a while. That's why I think Tommaso Ciampa was the champion at the beginning. But I think that they all knew what was coming, right? And that's what kind of happened. At the same time, you know, we can talk about everything going on camera, which really is going back to what NXT was back when the WWE Network started, right? That's really what they're trying to do. That's what they've been saying all along. However, the people that they don't know what to do with, your Tommaso Ciampas, your Pete Dunnes. By the way, Pete Dunne just signed a new contract.
Oh, he's getting fired.
What's that?
They're gonna cut him now.
I don't think with Pete Dunne they will. Pete Dunne's like 28. So I don't think they're going to.
Oh, he looks old as shit.
What?
He looks old as shit. I thought he was older than 20. I thought he was at least in his 30s.
No, dude, he's like 28, maybe 31. But either way, like he is a young scrapper.
Who's that? Slim Shank.
Tommaso Ciampa is older. He's like 36, 38, whatever. But even with him, like these guys currently are on the SmackDown tour doing like dark matches, trying to figure out what would make them actually fit the crowd or whatever. And all I can hope is that whoever's actually watching the SmackDown tour, right? Because this is normally where like Paul Heyman's watching, right? All you can hope is that while Paul Heyman is watching, is that he's sitting there going, oh, goodness. Let me go ahead and have 2002 all over again when Vince McMahon didn't believe that SmackDown could actually beat Raw in the ratings, right? Now, we already know that SmackDown is beating Raw in the ratings.
Mm-hmm.
So the question is whether or not they can figure out a way to make a guy like Tommaso Ciampa not be a guy like Giuseppe Pepperoni, right?
You talking about? I don't think
you heard what I just said.
I don't think they're going to change his name. But somebody just came in.
I'm going to point out.
I'm trying to get you on
where I got that name was kayfabe news. Okay, I'm going to say that out front. But a lot of people worry that for Tommaso Ciampa to get over in the mainstream WWE, they're worried that he's going to have to take on a name like Giuseppe Pepperoni. to be there.
No. I've been trying to tell you for 10 minutes he was in the chat.
That he was in the chat?
Yeah, I've been trying to tell you, but you wouldn't let me get a word in.
So David Ward, no, we have not talked about AEW yet at all tonight, and we're getting ready to. I will go ahead and straight up say that as I was trying to save and put it through to my DVR, for whatever reason, the first hour of AEW Dynamite did not capture for me. Which meant that the moments of the entire first hour, I didn't get to see. So Tino, I'll tell you what, we're gonna go ahead and start talking about AEW Dynamite, and I want you.
The only thing I popped for, and I was excited about that first hour. What's up, Barrett? Oh, he's here.
Oh, is Chris Barrett here?
Yeah, he just came in.
Chris Barrett, let's go ahead and wish you, sir, a very happy birthday.
Happy birthday, sir.
I believe it is your 22nd birthday. But happy birthday to you.
22nd. Wow.
22nd. So, Tina, when it comes to AEW Dynamite, what do you remember?
I remember the very first part that I remember, because it was in the first 15, 20 minutes, was Moxley came back and gave.
Wow, Knoxville?
Because I was looking and said, I was looking and said Knoxville, Johnny Knoxville. So I was trying to remember and I was looking for the AEW results, and Johnny Knoxville came up for some reason. But Moxley came back.
So I do remember the very first moment that Moxley, he started hearing something and he said, "Fuck that guy, get him out of the audience."
Yeah, dude said get that drunk. He said get that piece of shit drunk out of the ring. And Moxley responded. He cut a really good promo talking about his demons and everything he's overcome, and he's back now. And dude looks like he lost a shitload of weight. I think it's just drying out from all the alcohol. And somebody joked too, said like he lost weight and got his hair back. So I don't know if he went and got plugs. It's a good promo. Didn't really say who he's coming after. Didn't really say, what exactly he's going to be doing. I got a feeling he's going to be coming after the title pretty soon. But as he was leaving the ring, interesting enough, because he doesn't leave up the ramp. He leaves like through the crowd and kind of out the back door. Well, waiting for him before he got to the back was one Mr. Bryan Danielson. And they just had a stare down, and Moxley walked by him. So I'm wondering they're setting up a feud with him and Danielson.
Wait, did you just say you wonder if they're setting up? Seriously?
But why? What's the point?
Danielson is the biggest heel in the business currently, and Moxley now has solidified himself as the biggest babyface without a title. Obviously, Danielson has lost his title match, which means he can't go for the title. So what's he do now? He sits there and he goes after Moxley. And more so, Danielson is going to sit there and say, what he's going to utilize as his ammunition. He's gonna talk about like how Moxley is an addict, and they're gonna use that. And if you don't believe that,
I hope it doesn't get hokey like they did with CM Punk and like they did with Scott Hall. I hope they don't go down that road with it. And even Jeff Hardy here recently.
let me put it this way. The people involved will make sure that as hokey as it gets, it still stays real enough.
Yeah.
And if you don't believe that, I don't know how to sit there and really drive it home. But like I said, what I can say is that based on what it will drive home, I think that it will be real enough.
Yeah.
You know, the fact that Bryan Danielson has gone straight up good guy to straight up bad guy, and now the guy that we thought was going to turn heel in Jon Moxley is now going to face the guy who went straight up bad guy in Bryan Danielson, I think is going to give us a match for the ages.
So you think they're going to wait and have one big match? Or because I'm looking down here, Scrum saying he thinks Danielson and Mox get 50-50 booking for a while. So you think they're going to trade wins back and forth, or you think they're going to have one big match?
They may have 2 or 3 matches, but I think that when it comes all said and done, and if I had to guess, I think that the real main thing here is going to be whatever what is the February pay-per-view?
That's not All Out or Double or Nothing. No, what is it?
Full Gear?
Full Gear might be Full Gear.
So I thought Full Gear just happened, but if whatever it is, that February pay-per-view is going to be Moxley versus Danielson.
Who goes over Raw?
Who goes over what?
Like who wins like the final? You know, they have the final. Like, you think Mox goes over?
I think at this point, Danielson knows that like he's going to get wins against every single like regular dude that he faces. But I think that he realizes that when it comes to guys like Moxley or Jericho or MJF I mean, your top tier talent, your CM Punks, all those guys. I think Danielson is willing to sit there and be the guy that takes the L. And I think even like CM Punk, I think CM Punk knows that if he sits there and goes against MJF, that like CM Punk should take his first L to MJF. You know what I mean?
You think so?
Oh, absolutely. Like the conversations between those two lead me to sit there and go, okay, it's almost a 60-40 feel, but it's still 60-40 MJF to CM Punk, right? And we're always sitting there going, okay, if wins and losses matter in AEW, and we've been saying that all along, and AEW's been saying that all along, when is it okay for one of these major names to take an L? Right?
Right.
Well, we finally got to see Danielson take an L.
Yes.
And even there, we're still sitting there going, man, that didn't feel right.
Right.
You know, because we're sitting there going, man, he's gone to the limit against the top 2 guys in the AEW, the top 2 AEW guys, mind you. The top 2 AEW guys. And he finally lost one match, right? But otherwise, you're sitting there and you're going, who else is Danielson going to lose to? And you don't know. You don't know who Danielson is going to. Danielson is not going to lose to anybody from the
2.0.
2.0, the I want to say the dark side, but what are they called?
Dark Order.
Dark Order. You're never going to see him lose to the Dark Order. You're never going to see him lose to. You might see him lose to Malachi Black. You know,
About Brian
you
Pillman
might
Jr.
see him. Although right now you look at it and you go, why would he lose to Malachi Black? Like, why would he even face Malachi Black? Right now, Bryan Danielson would probably be in a tag team match with Malachi Black versus being against Malachi Black. You know what I mean? So, like, you don't know who he would go up against or whatever the case might be. So that's what I'm saying there.
Then we had Orange
When it
Cassidy.
comes to, go ahead.
I thought you were done. I was going to the next match.
No, I am.
Orange Cassidy and Chris Statlander against Adam Cole and Britt Baker, which was a good match, but I knew that they were going to let Adam Cole and Britt lose. You knew that wasn't going to happen. But what they did do...
So here's what's funny about that. When records matter, right? And when I say records matter, it's singles matches.
Right.
Or tag team matches.
Right.
But when it comes to freaking, like, you know, this kind of tag team match where both of them have a 0-0 record because they've never been in a male-female tag team match. What the fuck's it matter? The only reason why it matters of giving Adam Cole and Britt Baker the victory in that kind of match is because when it comes to the two of them are better than Statlander and Orange Cassidy. Am I right? I mean, you're literally talking about a guy who probably could be AEW World Champion and the Women's Champion versus a joke when it comes to Orange Cassidy and Chris Statlander, who, yes, she's probably TBS title worthy.
I think she.
So who ultimately should win that match?
It wouldn't have hurt them to lose that match.
Who?
Cole and Baker. It wouldn't hurt them. I
agree. And that's why I wonder why that wasn't the outcome. So I agree with you, Tino. I agree with you.
I think because Orange Cassidy's about to win this lights out match this week.
Maybe. But if he does, is it the right move against Adam Cole? Because think about it. Adam Cole has not lost since October.
It's the right move because, and this is only because we know that a lights out match won't count against Adam Cole's record. Just like when Thunder Rosa beat Britt Baker, it doesn't count. It didn't count against Britt Baker. You know what I mean? So I think that's their way of letting Orange win and still not hurt.
It does count in the record. It just doesn't count.
I don't think. No, I thought that those lights out matches, that one with Thunder Rosa, it didn't count in the. It didn't count in the standings because it was lights out.
That's a very good point then. And I will say that I do believe that Orange Cassidy deserves a victory over Adam Cole.
And I think if they're going to do it, that's the way they're going to do it.
if we remember correctly, Thunder Rosa actually beat Britt Baker in that match.
Yeah, that's what I said. So that it didn't hurt Britt
Even though
because
Britt Baker came out for the better from it.
Yeah.
So I agree. That's a good call. That's a good call. SmackDown last week.
Well, you forgot about Punk and Spears, and then we can't forget about the Brody King versus the Bonds. Blah blah blah. The CM Punk Cody Spears was all right, but I do want to talk about that Cody Rhodes
promo.
It's almost like he got them back. They started cheering for Cody in that promo. I don't know. He's very masterful in, is he heel or is he face? Because that promo he gave, it was very face, and the crowd seemed to be behind him and cheering him again. So I'm wondering if he set that up.
Let's ask the people that are actually watching us right now. While Tino's talking about this, folks, go ahead and give us your opinions. But at the same time, Tino, continue. Sorry.
And I think he has gotten them behind him again. And at this ladder match, I think this is when he turns completely heel. I think this is when he's going to turn. He's going to do something dastardly.
You think? Well, we've been talking about him doing something dastardly for a while.
Yeah.
I said that I expected him to turn completely heel recently.
A battle of the belt.
I correct. And now when it comes to this ladder match, now is the time to do it, right? I also think that now is also the time that when he sits there and starts complaining that he is a free agent, right? And if Cody starts talking about his free agency, it's going to allow him to sit there and rebunk on the idea that he said that he would never go after the AEW world title.
Yep.
I think that if we're going to see a true heel turn from Cody, which very similar to when you and I sat there and said Roman needs to turn heel.
Yes,
probably 5 years ago.
Yes,
I would say that at this point, to get Cody to sit there and talk about a true heel turn, it needs to be after he acknowledges that he's a free agent, and that he sits there and says, I got bamboozled into this moment, and I got talked into always being the good guy, and the fact is that like I know the crowd's not behind me, and I'm not signing a new contract until I get told I can go after the world title again. Something along those lines that drives home the business so that Cody Rhodes can actually go after the world heavyweight title,
which we know is he's going to do.
And at the same time, I'm going to say right now, I am not going to be happy if Cody Rhodes wins the ladder match. I'm not going to be satisfied. I'm gonna think that they took the easy way out booking, and I loved the MJF meme where it said it was MJF's Twitter, and it showed Razor Ramon with Cody Rhodes' face holding up the two belts, and it said, "This has never been done before."
Yeah. Yeah. I forgot about that.
It's so good. It's so good.
All right, so SmackDown. I knew you were going to SmackDown next. I just wanted to go back and talk about the Cody Rhodes thing.
So what happened on SmackDown, Tino?
You watched it. I had to go to AEW. What do you SmackDown's your show.
So
The Johnny Knoxville shit.
What about
Johnny
Johnny
Knoxville
Knoxville?
It's stupid.
Go ahead, say it. Just say it.
It's stupid. I don't like the Johnny Knoxville thing. The Sami Zayn, I get what they're trying to do. They're trying to push the Jackass movie, but it is taking it's taking too much time away from action and away from people in the ring getting TV time.
I guess
filler.
The fact that they are giving as much time to it now is better than if they had just started it a week before the Rumble and then continued the storyline into the Rumble. And the reason why I say that is this. At this point in WWE history, I would not put it past them to sit there and have Johnny Knoxville win the Royal Rumble by throwing Sami Zayn out last. Now, hold on. By throwing Sami Zayn out last, and then Sami Zayn complaining to where the Elimination Chamber ends up causing Johnny Knoxville to be one of the players in the Elimination Chamber. What I'll say is this. I don't expect any of that. What I do expect is Johnny Knoxville throwing Sami Zayn out of the Royal Rumble.
Right.
I think that's pretty safe to believe at this point, right? And Johnny Knoxville and the Jackass crew versus Sami Zayn at WrestleMania.
That I can see.
Which, by the way, I'm totally okay with. Sami Zayn last year was already in a Royal or a WrestleMania match with the Pauls and Kevin Owens.
Mm-hmm.
Signed his new contract with WWE, and if I had to guess, when it comes to the idea of mainstream craziness or whatever, Jackass the movie is where WWE kind of thinks that the money's going to be this year. Even though they did already, like we talked about, Bad Bunny new tour going on, right? So all things considered, I do think Sami Zayn and Johnny Knoxville are going to last longer into the Royal Rumble than either one of them normally would. And Johnny Knoxville's going to throw out Sami Zayn, and it's going to cause a match at WrestleMania. Now, I've already said this, Tino, and I will stand on record, okay, that Money in the Bank this year will be won by Sami Zayn.
Okay.
I am premiering that statement. I am saying right now that Sami Zayn will win Money in the Bank.
Okay.
Is that a fair statement?
Yeah, they seem to be pushing Sammy. I thought they were going to push him for the Intercontinental belt to get his belt back, but I think I can see him because they've already teased him going for the title when he was Brock Lesnar's best Canadian friend. So I can see that.
I just think that, like we're talking what, May or June on, for Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
Like they'll have other storylines already played out by then, and then out of nowhere, Sami Zayn will climb that ladder and grab that briefcase. And there is nobody in the WWE right now. I don't care what you tell me. I don't care who you say. There is nobody that deserves that briefcase more than Sami Zayn.
Do you think he cashes in? You think they pull the trigger on letting him be the champ?
I would love it.
Because you know what comes with that briefcase.
Well, he probably take it to Raw. So whoever is the Raw champion at the time, I can see that being the case.
Okay. And the only thing
interestingly enough, and I want to go ahead and talk about this now. Well, actually, we'll talk about it when we get to Monday Night Raw.
The only thing I want to talk about
when it comes to SmackDown, the other thing to talk about, I guess, is pretty simple, and that's Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns. Go ahead.
That's what I've been trying to do for the past 10 minutes.
Go ahead.
So the only thing I want to say about Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns is I like the fact that they found a way to bar the Usos from ringside, because I really think Roman needs to, and while he's been a good champion, a lot of these defenses you got to admit have been for one, he's been held on to his title because of the Usos. So I like the fact that they're barred from ringside. I don't think that'll. It's hard to say. I don't know if I still want to say that Seth beats him for that belt.
So can I say something?
Yeah.
So you just said that the bloodline's been
barred from ringside.
Barred.
Yes.
But they haven't been barred from ringside from that match.
What match?
Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley.
Oh.
So,
and this
goes
all back.
Along, we've been talking about the fact and the idea that
they're going to swap
that
brands.
Brock Lesnar was going to end up retaining the title, and Roman Reigns was going to be the one that loses his title, right?
Correct.
Now we have to look at it as the possibility. And we got a couple people commenting, so I want to make sure that we're bringing in Justin.
Hey, Justin.
Well, there are people talking about one main event title at WrestleMania. Yeah, you're right. There are people talking about that. So setting up Roman versus Brock, and I'm not even going to say that we're not talking about that, because what if, because the bloodline is barred from ringside from the Seth versus Roman match, that they come down to the ring and cause Brock Lesnar to lose to Bobby Lashley?
So Lashley goes to SmackDown because Seth's going to bring the title.
No, Lashley wins the title. Seth loses to Roman. And because Brock lost with the Usos coming down and causing the distraction, Brock ends up winning the Elimination Chamber. By the way, will be in Saudi Arabia this year, which means Brock's going to be there because Brock always takes that big payday. And that causes Roman versus Brock for the Universal Championship at WrestleMania. It also allows the Royal Rumble winner to go against Bobby Lashley at WrestleMania, which I would believe would be someone like Big E.
You think Big E's going to win the Rumble?
I think that if we were to play it out like I just said, that you want to sit there and give a positive win to the Rumble, which means I say you give it to someone like Big E. So yes. And by the way, tonight, before we get off of here, we should give our actual winners for such matches.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that.
So
you just pretty much laid out.
So now that we've talked about that, let's go ahead and talk about sending Hook.
That's the only good part about that show.
Sending Hook?
Yeah, Hook's the only good part about AEW.
That's not true. That's not true. Wasn't there a good tag team championship match during that? Now, I will tell you the one thing that really threw me off, is the fact that this show is on TNT, right? Rampage, TNT Rampage. Right. And yet they had the very first TBS championship match on it.
I guess because they were so full on Wednesday. They were so full on Wednesday night.
Yeah, but why? Why have Jade Cargill have her first championship a title defense on TNT when it's the TBS championship?
It makes no sense. I have no clue.
Just a little ridiculous.
Yeah.
Jade Cargill wins. Okay, no big deal.
Of course. boy, and Luchasaurus win, and my boy Hook wins.
Your boy Hook.
My boy Hook.
Not my boy. Your boy.
And then my favorite part is, there's a couple of favorite parts, but when he was trying to walk up the ramp, and I don't know why, where the fuck he even came from. Your boy decided he wanted to get in Hook's face, and Hook just fucking suplexed his ass and kept walking.
Oh, you're talking about hold on. You're talking about the bowler.
Yeah.
QT Marshall.
Yeah. Marshall.
The bowler.
Marshall, yes. The
bowler. The bowler.
He got bowled over.
I'll be right back.
What?
You go ahead and keep talking, Tino. I'll be right back.
Yeah, Justin. We were talking. Yeah, that we were talking about that. Justin, that was amazing. I can't keep talking if you're still talking. Shut the fuck up. So, Justin, we did talk about the match, and we discussed that match, the AEW match, where Britt did go through a table because of Adam Cole, which set up the match for this coming Wednesday, the Lights Out match. And we were discussing how that would be the perfect opportunity for Orange Cassidy to get a win over Adam Cole, because in the Lights Out match, because it's not sanctioned, really won't hurt Adam Cole at all. What?
So you want to know what I went and got?
Oh, Jesus.
I went and got my signs that we never got to that we never got to bring to
Raleigh.
because Jason ended up driving us and
Potsy and Tino section. Nice. Nice.
hold on, I'm not done.
I know you got a Jericho sign in there. North Carolina, and he did.
So folks, these were the signs that we were going to bring to AEW, and unfortunately, we're not able to. And of course,
there it is. There it is.
Which, by the way, Tino, when they came to Raleigh,
you got to do
Chris
it.
Jericho said, "Hey, I'm not going to come out just once. I'm going to come out twice, so that even though Rob didn't bring his sign, we can go ahead and sing Fozzy twice." And only once did I scream in your ear. The second time I just sang.
I want to punch you in the throat.
What?
Want to see in the first AEW show and
but did you notice the color? Like for this one
I saw that
specifically,
I like that.
I even made sure that the colors were right.
I like that.
Yeah, because of Taz's colors.
Yep.
So folks, once again, we can't wait until AEW comes back.
And they'll be back.
I'll say that I would anticipate they'll be back to Greensboro.
I think they'll come
sooner
back.
than they'll be back to Raleigh.
I think they'll come back to Raleigh too.
Yeah, but you saw, Tino. You saw.
Yeah, but there's a whole bunch of going on too. It'll be fine. They'll be back.
Tino thought that they would sell out Raleigh.
Yeah, you thought you weren't going to get COVID either, didn't you, Mister
I never
Shots?
said that.
Yes, you did.
I knew at some point I'd get COVID. Are you kidding? The fact that it took 2 years is kind of impressive. But let's see.
Let's do our predictions.
So I'm going to see the first AEW show in, I believe that you mean Connecticut.
Look down.
Chris Bear.
Next one down.
Connecticut. He's had a long day. Hey, it's your birthday. You're allowed to have a long day, Chris Barrett. Happy birthday. Number 22, sir. Number 22.
Baby.
Hell, AEW may sell out Bridgeport. I don't know. The WWE might actually buy most of those tickets just so it looks like it's empty. Wouldn't that be interesting if the WWE bought out the place to make it look like it was empty?
That'd be childish, but that's something that Vince would do.
They'd still make the money, but yet it would literally look like it was empty. So, anyways, Tino, what else you got for tonight?
That's it. Let's hit these predictions. I think you've already started.
You thought I've already started what?
You did both the men's title prediction. You predicted it.
So all right. Let's go. You know what? Let's start with the women's Royal Rumble. Does Charlotte win the Royal Rumble? Because you know what's been coming out recently about this. Like just overnight recently.
What's that?
Ronda Rousey.
What you heard on Busted Open?
What?
So what you do here on Busted Open?
No.
I'm proud of you. You haven't mentioned Busted Open one time this show. Usually you plug it so much. I think we need to get a damn sponsorship.
Rumor is that Ronda Rousey has had her child and will be one of the Royal Rumble entrants.
I just don't see it. Do you think Vince will push her again?
Oh, Vince would push her to the moon. She's too big of a talent.
Well, she's the female Brock Lesnar, so he probably will.
There you go.
See, Chris believes to me, he thinks Lita might win. No, that's Justin.
Justin thinks that Lita might win. So Tino, here are the people that I think actually have a serious chance of winning the Women's Royal Rumble. Are you ready?
Okay.
Asuka.
Okay.
Bayley.
I agree with you on that one.
Unfortunately, Charlotte becoming the first two-time Women's Royal Rumble winner.
I almost think that if Ronda does come back, she wins the Royal Rumble and goes after Becky because they've got unfinished business. Or she could go after
I'm
Charlotte.
okay with that.
Damn, Ronda could go after Charlotte, though. But I think Vince is going to put her on Raw. If he's got Brock on SmackDown, he'll probably want to put Ronda on Raw.
Well, all right. So, other matches. Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley.
Right. And I almost believe that Bobby will beat Brock just the way Brock's been towards Bobby. Like you saw it last week with the whole weigh-in thing. He's like just no respect. He's like I think he's looking past Bobby. You know what I'm saying? He's disrespecting Bobby, and I think that's going to cause Bobby to surprise him and win that match.
Now you asked about Busted Open. Busted Open did say that they anticipate that the fact that Bobby Lashley has been dogged at every turn, that Brock Lesnar has to lose to Bobby Lashley. To which I continue to say that it will be because
You think it's going to be because of the bloodline?
There will be a distraction that causes Bobby Lashley to get Brock Lesnar like this and go,
He wants to do this. I want to do this.
I want to do this. All right. Becky Lynch versus Doudrop.
Becky.
The only reason why I think they may go Doudrop, and I do not think they will go Doudrop.
Really?
The only reason why I think they may go Doudrop is because they're sitting there going, hey, we fucked you on Liv Morgan. And this big ass bitch is definitely somebody that you did not expect to win this title.
Nah.
No, I agree. I think Becky Lynch ends up holding on.
I can see now. I don't think Charlotte will go in. I don't think she'll win the Rumble. I do see maybe Alexa Bliss coming back and going to SmackDown and challenge Charlotte for that belt.
I think whoever tosses Charlotte out of the Rumble will be the one that goes after it. Now,
That'll be Lita.
I think that the question is whether or not it's going to be something that will lead to the first women's elimination chamber in Saudi Arabia, or whether or not they'll just accept the fact that like Lita throwing Charlotte out leads to that match so that Charlotte can beat Lita at WrestleMania. Make sense?
So you don't think Lita will take that title?
What's that?
You don't think Lita will take the title from her for at least a little bit of a run?
If she does, it'll be a short-term thing. And it will truly be because they want to sit there and give Lita her due, knowing that she was in communication with Britt Baker and AEW. So it may be something where, like, WrestleMania Backlash, Charlotte ends up winning back the title in some sort of gimmick match or whatever. That's fine. I don't like the idea of Lita winning the title back at WrestleMania, but I will say that when it comes to, like, old school WWE pay-per-view stuff and buying the DVDs, it was always about watching that really cool match on the DVD, which would be like the Charlotte versus Lita match on the DVD. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, all things considered, when it comes down to it, the only other match that we need to figure out the real winner of, well, actually, no, I guess there's two. There's Edge and Beth Phoenix versus Miz and Maurice.
Edge and Beth.
What's that?
Edge and Beth.
That's who it should be, right?
The grit couple.
Why is Beth's hair so bad?
Because, man.
But what is up with the...
She's got kids at home. That's all she's got time to do.
But her hair goes like this. Like, what is up with that?
She's letting Santino do it for her.
Oh, God, probably. I agree that it's Edge and Beth, except.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I know, right? Except Edge beat Miz the last time they faced each other.
Yeah, but Beth owes Maurice for hitting her in the back of the head with that brick.
Well, that's why I kind of think it's going to be the Miz and Mrs. beating them this time, and then at WrestleMania having a final send-off match.
Mm.
You don't agree?
Yeah, Beth ain't got shit else to do. So you think they'll let it last that long? So you think this is a what 4-month?
I think this is a second match in the thing, and then they'll have a final
blow
off match at WrestleMania. I mean, it's WWE. It's got to be 50-50 booking until you finally send it off, right? And it keeps Edge out of the actual Royal Rumble match.
What if Cena comes back in the Rumble?
I don't think that'll happen, only because Peacemaker is doing so well on HBO Max. And if you haven't watched it yet, there's 4 episodes in, and it's fucking phenomenal.
Yeah, I've watched it. John Cena shouldn't dance. That opening dance, that opening.
Dude, that opening sequence is fucking amazing.
It is. I'm like, John Cena shouldn't dance, though.
Dude, let me ask you this. Is it the first time you've ever watched a show on, like, any of the streaming services and you've watched that opening sequence every fucking time?
Yes.
Like, yes. You don't fast forward through it.
No.
It's the only one.
And once I watched it, I'm like, oh, hell, yeah. I can see why you watch it.
Did you notice that it's also the first show that asks you if you want to skip the credits so you can watch the end credit scene?
No, I didn't notice that because I just always just fast forward. It is
the first show ever that they actually tell you can skip the credits to go right to the end credit scene. Because I'll tell you, the very first end credit scene in that, where all of a sudden Robert Patrick's like, this one will give you scabies. And it's like, oh, scabies. And he's like, every man should have scabies at least once in a while. It's like, what the fuck are they talking about?
What's up with his hair? Oh God!
It's like Beth Phoenix. It's like Beth Phoenix hair.
Dude, I love that show. I love that show.
I told you. I told you.
Yeah. So that night when
Chris Barrett,
so
anything you want to say since it's your birthday that we won't necessarily get kicked off of YouTube for?
But while he's doing that,
I'm gonna give you a second to say something.
So when I never skipped the answer. He already put that on there. So was it last week when we were getting off? You're like, you need to watch the show. And I'm like, I'm going to bed. I'm not going to watch the show. Yeah, I stayed up and watched those 3 episodes. Because I was trying to watch one. I'm like, I'll watch one.
Did you watch the 4th episode now?
Yeah, I watched that one when it came out. Yeah. So that's the 4th one is where I don't rule it, but is that where they went to jail? Is that the 4th one?
Yes. Yeah.
So I watched all 4. Yeah. Yeah, dude. So I watched that.
Yeah. By the way, it's the first episode that James Gunn did not direct.
The 4th one?
Yeah, he directed the first 3 and wrote all of them, but they did have a different director for the 4th episode.
I didn't realize until I was reading that the blonde, I guess his handler, that's James Gunn's girlfriend in real life. I guess.
Oh, is it? Because her name is. I follow her on Twitter now. By the way.
Yeah, so that's why you know she's in a lot of his shit.
Not surprising, but yeah, I'm not gonna have anything to say here. I just know that, like, yeah, she's awesome in it. That's all I can say.
Jennifer Holland.
Yes, Jennifer Holland.
Yeah,
and I just posted on my Twitter. I posted a sequence of John Cena talking to Judo Master, where it's the sequence where he talks about Chewbacca having teeth on his anus.
Oh my God.
And dude, it's hilarious because like it is a completely like John Cena's laughing his ass off, and somebody comes up to him and tells him what to say so they can videotape it. And it just makes the sequence that much better. I'm looking for it right now because it's too good. It really is one of those sequences where you're like, what? Why is this? Oh yeah, here it is. Here, I'll.
Don't fuck Chewbacca, okay?
Wait,
Can you hear it? So like the people off screen are sitting there laughing at the "Don't fuck Chewbacca" line, right?
Don't fuck Chewbacca. Little known fact.
So the dude comes running onto screen while John Cena's tied up to sit there and tell him what to say next. And John Cena doesn't catch the whole line. So he's like, wait, what? And it just makes it so much funnier. So like I want to let everybody listen to this.
A little known fact, monkeys have teeth in there.
Fair. That's a very fair assessment. I want to take you home and play with you with my G.I. Joes. Just don't fuck Chewbacca. Here's a little known fact. Wookiees have teeth on their assholes.
That's canon.
What's that?
That's
So when he sits there and says that's canon, he doesn't hear that part. So he's got to sit there and wait for it to be told to him again, so he can then sit there and say it the next time. Now here we're getting ready to hear like how this line goes, okay? But here's where it gets even funnier because this is where Judo Master actually starts improvising as well.
want to take you home and play with you with my G.I. Joes. Hey, don't fuck Chewbacca, though. Here's a little known fact. Wookiees have teeth on their asshole. That's canon.
I'm rock hard.
After talking about Chewbacca's teeth asshole, that gets you off?
I like it rough.
All right. Now I'm crying laughing. I'm so sorry.
I like
by
it
the
rough.
way, that was Jennifer Holland that posted that, and she said, "We had zero fun shooting this series. The truth is out."
Wow.
But Judo Master sitting there going, "I'm rock hard."
I like it rough.
What's that?
Then he goes, I like it rough.
He's like, "I like it rough," and you know that's while he's eating the flaming hot Cheetos. If you haven't watched the show, folks, get HBO Max, watch Peacemaker. It literally, if you've never liked John Cena before, you will become an instant John Cena fan. There is no doubt in my mind that you won't become a John Cena fan. And on top of that, a vigilante fan. He is like the guy that plays vigilante is just too much.
He's a dumbass.
He's just too much.
Right. That's all I got.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull up some go home music somewhere. I think trying to find go home music. I don't see it.
While he's doing that, folks, you can check him out on the Twitter. He's at PopChat. I'm HoodieFan91. You can check us out on Twitter, the Potsy and Tino. On Facebook, we're the Potsy and Tino Show. On Instagram. He's you just Rob Potchak, right?
On Instagram, I am Rob Potchak.
Yes, and I'm SC Tino. On the TikTok, he is Rob Potsy Potchak. You can check us out each and every week right here on the YouTube. Please hit that like and subscribe button. And as always, buy our shit. We want to say thank you to Adam's House Cats for the wrestling. Damn, the wrestling song. I'm choking.
Folks, give us one of these.
It's one of those. The wrestling song. You can check that out on iTunes for 99 cents. And as always,
let's go ahead and wish Chris Barrett a happy birthday, number 22. Thanks for being such a fan of the show. Everybody, make sure that you give us one of these big thumbs ups. It is a huge thing for us to sit there and get people liking our videos on TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, all that good stuff. Tino obviously is having a moment trying to make sure that he doesn't cough everything up. It might be the COVID because I've been coughing pretty extensively. What is this TikTok? TikTok is tiktok.com/Rob Potsy Potchak. Some good artwork on there, and of course, we wish all of you a wonderful, wonderful week. With that said, Tino,
woo!
You still haven't gotten us a new theme song, so we're gonna go ahead with Adam's House Cat, and of course, the wrestling song.
Happy birthday. Yeah. Dig it.